Hello and welcome to a new video. In this video, I invited my friend Hansen here. Together, we want to do a tier list for World of Warcraft Project Ascension Warcraft Reborn. In this tier list, we will talk about every DPS class in the game and we will rank them from S to D. So, let's start. Hi Hansen.
Greetings gamers, it's your boy Hansen. Today I'm
Nice to have you
visiting Whiter. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. It absolutely will be. If you don't know Hansen, he has his own YouTube channel where he talks about Shaman. He's the best Shaman I know on the server. Played with him on different private servers by now, from Duskavian back in the day to Project Epoch, also a small time on Season of Discovery. And now we play together in a guild on Bronzebeard. And because he has so much knowledge about Shaman, we will do this tier list here together.
Awesome. Good times. Yeah, I'm somewhat of a legend. Nah.
Okay, so for this tier list, we had a few thoughts about it. I mean, you can always do a tier list and have your subjective opinion about classes and stuff, but we don't want to do it like this here. I went into the Discord server, into the different class channels, and I looked at people who actually know their class, who either do really high DPS, who do builds and guides and other stuff, and I messaged them on Discord and asked their opinion about their class, where they would rank them. And this will go into this tier list as well. I will show you the answers of the people when we talk about the class. And also, we obviously talk about our own opinions about the classes, what we can see in our rates.
Thank you for the great effort, Whiter.
Yes, thanks for coming here. We will also talk about not only DPS, we will also talk about the utility the class brings, what it brings to a raid or dungeon, and how much support they bring into it. This will also factor in. Okay, Hansen, you talked a lot now.
Completely fine, we can dive right into it.
Okay, perfect. Then let's dive into it. With what class do you want to start?
Oh, should we start in my home territory or something in the middle of the pack, maybe? Let's start with Warrior. Fuck it, frick it.
Okay, let's start with Warrior. We start with Arms Warrior, I would suggest. You also play on Arms Warrior as an alt, right?
Yeah, I play Fury Warrior with Titan's Grip.
Ah, okay. So let's start with Fury then, I would say.
Yeah,
okay, what do you think about the class?
I think Warrior is definitely competitive. They bring a lot of utility with things like Thunder Armor and Battle Shout. But I do think that Fury Warrior is not looking the strongest as of now. Compared to like arms and stuff, it seems to lack a little bit of damage. This will of course change as soon as they get more gear, since Bloodthirst scales with attack power. Some changes, buffs could be used on them. What do you think?
I agree. I think they are not doing that much DPS right now. I mean, we always see them in our raids at the moment. I have seen warriors who pump a bit more than our warriors, to be honest. I was in a World Pass Classic, it was, I think, 1 month ago or when it released. And I saw a warrior who was also Fury, who did well. He played, what is it called? Ambidextrous, the Mystic Enchant. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And he did single target about 3.5k or something, which was good at the time, to be honest. So, yeah.
Yeah, Fury Wars definitely can pop off, but they take a great deal of effort. I would probably put them in B tier as of now. I don't know about you, but that's...
I would agree with that, for sure. I would also bring in the first opinion I have here from one of the warriors from the Discord server. The guy is called JR. He talked also about Fury Warrior. He plays this. He plays a Slam, SMF, Ambidextrous version of it. He would rank it into the A tier. The reason for this is, he says it's really expensive to gear this class at the moment, because it's a lot of crafted pieces. It's the same what a Ret Paladin has. We also have to craft a lot, so you need a lot of gold to make it viable. Not much AoE. Yeah, that's mainly the things about it. He also says compared to other classes, they still do more. And with this, I would agree with this. It's the same we talked about at the moment. He says he can do about 5k single target. When Noxus is a cleave fight, to be honest, it's not pure single target. About 8 to 10k on the Tiger Boss. We have to say, well, possible rate buffed and stuff like this, they scale good, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's the biggest draw of Warrior. Or the biggest strength of Fury, especially, that they scale them hard with Bloodthirst and gear. I
wouldn't agree with A tier. I'm with you here. I think there are just other classes who deserve the spot on A tier more.
Yeah,
At the moment, the support of this class is not so good. The shouts, yeah, but to be honest, the attack power shot can also come from a paladin. So it's not a thing only warriors have. And with everything they bring to the raid and the DPS they do, B tier should be fine here, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Especially when you consider that arms is, as of now, from what I've seen, it seems to have very strong single target, and they have Blade Storm, so they have good AoE. They also bring anti-heal, which Fury can also do, but they don't have to sacrifice any points for it. Very useful for Marley, the bat boss, which heals a lot.
I mean, we should also think about Molten Core, right? Because we had a Molten Core announcement now, and
yeah,
it will be the future raid. Yeah. We also have class changes and balance changes, which was announced as well and went live yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
So this will also factor in. And we get new weapons, right? I mean, on Molten Core, we get access to legendary weapons. We get a big legendary mace. Warriors with this will also pump hard, right?
Yeah, they should. But they shouldn't be top prio on it, so I wouldn't count on getting it as a warrior if you're not like the primary DPS of your guild, or a guild master or something like that. There are other classes such as like Ret Paladins and Enhancement Shamans who should have higher prio. Even bear tanks should have higher prio on it, as the swing on hit thingy works in bear tanks.
Yeah, and it scales with spell power, right? Because procs are just insanely powerful on Ascension.
Yeah. Warriors do have a very good sword though. Bone Reaver's Edge is super good. Should be super good for arms warriors. So that's definitely, it also brings utility to the raid in form of armor penetration or armor reduction rather. So they
can sunder, right? We didn't talk about this in support testing, and armor penetration is also adjusted. So I don't know, how is sundering affecting the armor penetration? Do you know that?
No, not with the new. The less armor a target has, the stronger armor pen gets, I think. But it also works even stronger if they have more armor. Not entirely sure. Yeah.
I'm also not so into this topic because as a paladin, this is a stat which we are not looking afterwards. So I'm not really sure. But let us know in the comments down below how armor sundering affects armor penetration if you're a warrior main. Will be really interesting for sure.
Yes, for sure.
So back to the arms warrior. I would suggest we can look into our warrior main. Give me a second. This was Ari who talked to me here. Ari is arms and fury main. He also plays elemental shaman, and he would rank arms into high B tier at the moment. He sees fury warrior stronger than arms warrior. He says arms warrior does reasonable AoE and strong AoE burst with Bladestorm, which we said already. Single target is okay, but not as high as other specs, he says. If we compare it with his opinion about Fury here, he says Fury low to mid A tier. You need a lot of gear, what we already talked about as well. But he also sent us some numbers here to compare it. Arms Warriors about 3.3k DPS here. This was from Hakar, Chindo, Kasranka, 3 different DPS versions here. And yeah, as we can see, Arms Warrior not that good. He's not talking about the supporters thing here. I would suggest we will put them on the same tier here. For me, Arms Warrior and Fury Warrior is about the same. Put it like this.
Yeah, for now, for accessibility of the Arms Warrior, I would put it over Fury Warrior in B tier. So, but as soon as we get into
because of the heal reduction and stuff, you say?
Yeah, and it feels like you have access to the Argent Dawn sword, which is very easy to get. Arms just feels more accessible as of now for the average player. So that's why I would suggest it. But as soon as we roll into Molten Core, I think Fury takes the lead by a long shot.
Yeah. New players, should we think about sweaters here? That's the question. I think we should go in a middle field, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We always can adjust this at the end because we will rank everyone and then probably opinions will change a bit. I would do it like this, to be honest, because we have this opinion from 2 warrior mains right now who both said Fury is better than arms. And I think with the scaling option they have, if we think about the sweaters out there who will put the effort in, it will out DPS it, right? Support is about the same. Healing reduction on arms, yes, that's true. But I think the DPS difference is too high to put arms over Fury, in my opinion, if that's fine for you.
Yeah, it makes complete sense. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Move on to the next one. Let's stay at warrior. We have this special case, right?
Oh,
With
yeah. We have the
Gladiator stance.
Gladiator stance.
A few words here. I unranked all heals and tanks. I put them in unranked because we will do a separate tier list for this probably in the future. But now we have one more contender for the warrior, which is insanely strong. I didn't know about this because in our raid this is not happening. But do you want to talk about it, Hudson? What's your opinion about the Gladiator stats?
I honestly have very limited information, so I would listen to the warrior mains. I've only seen Fury and Arms warrior. I have not seen a single Gladiator stance warrior, so I'm not really informed to comment on it.
Okay, no problem. I have talked to Stuk here. Stuk, a warrior main who I just heard it from. I didn't know this is existing, to be honest, but there is the Glad stance, which is absolutely biz at the moment, he said.
Okay.
He posted me this screenshot of the Gladiator stance warrior. He did 6.6k DPS with it, which makes it absolutely S tier class, he says.
Yeah.
And the reason for this is there is a special code on Ascension. I mean, it's a private server, right?
Yep.
So everything is going as it's intended. With the Gladiator stance, you can use 3 times Thundering, and then Ascension thinks you're a tank. And because it thinks you're a tank, your weapon procs are way stronger.
What?
They are now affected by spell pen and spell power gear. So it's all a bit cheesy. But
yeah, that's
this
cheesy.
increases your damage by a lot, it seems like. I mean, I wasn't able to test it for myself. I haven't seen it before, so we have to believe Suck here.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why should he lie, right? There's no reason for it. And he also sent us this screenshot here. So we take this as granted for now. By the way, one thing, as you can see here, my question catalog for the people, I asked all of them what's their class, what's their build, where they rank the class, what they think about it, how far did they clear Sulguru, because that's the best point we have right now to see where they are playing at what level. And I asked them if it's okay if I show this here, basically. So I also asked them about single target and AoE. That's where all those answers came from, if you asked yourself by now. Yeah, and I think this is really insane. I mean, 6 to 7k single target DPS and about 10k AoE DPS.
That sounds unheard of. That puts an Enhancement Shaman to shame.
Yeah,
that's
to be honest, with this cheese build, I would put it into the S tier. If it's true like this, and I believe them, it's S tier for me.
Yeah,
not
from
sure
what
if
I'm
this will
hearing.
stay. It probably will get nerfed, I would say, if it's not intended like it is. But yeah, for now, that's a thing. That's a build.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I agree with you. If miracles come true, yeah, I agree.
I think Suk also has a Twitch channel I saw, so maybe he writes a comment down below how this works more. If you want to learn more about this special build, you can probably follow him, and all warrior mains out there, try it out. By the way, if you want to learn where you can get all these mystic enchants, like Gladiator stance, for example, I have a second channel where I uploaded all mystic enchants, so you can visit it there and learn how to get this. Let's move on. I think we finished the warrior class here for now.
Yeah.
Let's go to your main class.
Yeah, we can
go to the Enhancement Shaman. Okay,
yeah,
perfect. That's good. It's
so,
all you.
Yeah. So, as everyone probably knows, Enhancement Shaman is extremely strong right now, even after the nerfs, rather. The Fire Elemental is still pumping a ton of DPS. The only thing that is really like super broken on Enhancement Shaman is the Leader of the Elements. And it would honestly benefit Enhancement Shaman, I think, if it was to get a nerf and buffing other things. As of now, they're a clear S tier. They're basically always topping the meters. They probably have the best cleave in the game with the Fury of the Wind, the Mystic Enchant, with Wind Fury cleaving up to 3 targets. Insanely strong. Single target with Leader of the Elements is completely bonkers. You can also do super AoE builds with lava sweep builds, and you will most likely top the meters with that, both dual wield and two hand. Yeah, Enhancement Shaman just have they have everything right now. They're really strong. I wouldn't suggest a nerf because I'm biased, but but yeah,
I would
they're
suggest a
so
nerf.
freaking strong. Of course you would.
Nah, I'm more of a friend of buffing other classes than nerf classes, to be honest. That's my opinion about it, because why should you take the fun away of classes who pump, you know? Just give other classes more so everyone can have fun. That's my opinion about it.
Yeah, I agree.
I can absolutely agree with what you say. I mean, I see the damage you pump out in raids. It's absolutely broken. Even after the nerf, I thought, okay, now finally the nerf came with the fire elemental. Now probably I can run away. I can be on the top of the DPS meter once again, but no chance. Your DPS is just too high. Even after the nerfs, what you do with this class is insane. So chanceless.
It's completely bonkers as of now.
And we also have to say, it's not only the DPS this class brings. You have so much support, so much utility.
Yes,
you have
poison
totems.
cleansing totem is
tremor
vital for so
totem.
many fights.
Yeah, you have Tremor Totem to remove fear, you have the Strength Totem, you have the Spell Power Totem, you have the Wind Fury Totem, you have everything. It's so good. You have Bloodlust, the best buff in the game. What else you want for a class? This is just too good. It's even if his Gladiator stance pumps out more with this DPS, they say the support Shaman brings puts it for me at the top of the S tier ranking.
Yeah, I hard agree. They're the outlier right now, and they are simply too strong in very many aspects. Good
Absolutely god class. Doesn't need a nerf. Bring other classes up. But yeah, it's just a good decision to play this class right now.
Yeah, you will always find a raid spot.
Yeah, for sure. You also need, at the moment in Solgurup, at least one shaman in each group, right? Because totems are not raid-wide. Not every totem is raid-wide. You need more. Yeah. Also, if you think about Molten Core, they said there will be new raid mechanics and stuff, but you will still have fear on the Magmadar, the Hound with the fear. In Ascended, for example, I'm sure you will still need a shaman in each group, so absolutely class.
We're extremely strong, no doubt about it.
Another thing, real quick, if you're not familiar with tier lists, we will rank not only in the categories as to E, we will also put a ranking inside the categories, so the more left a class is, the better it is over other classes in this tier list right now.
Yep.
Perfect. So much for the Enhancement Shaman. Let's talk about the Elemental Shaman.
Yeah. Elemental Shaman is... they're kind of hard to rank right now. They just received buffs yesterday, and they seem to be doing a lot better. Especially on single target. The new Lava Burn working like Ignite has so much potential, stacking infinite damage. It's really hard to say where they land right now. Would probably put them, since they have the same utility as Enhancement Shaman, they even have more utility with the new Fire Totem ME that shares Flame Tongue or Totem of Wrath. I would put them in A tier.
True. A tier?
Yeah, I would. They have very strong AoE with the Lava Beam build. I've seen them pop the meters on AoE packs. They are definitely not as strong as Enhance, but they're getting there. They're getting there. And I have yet to see the new Elemental Mastery build with the Super Overload thingy with 80% chance to overload on every lightning bolt. It sounds kind of insane. But Flame Ascendance at least seems very strong.
Yeah. We can also look at what Ari said. The warrior main, he also plays Elemental Shaman, right? Where he would put it. So we have another opinion about it. He says, this was, by the way, before the buffs was announced. So this in mind, please. But he said he would rank it at bottom of beer or high C. The reason for this is AoE is reasonable good, but you run out of mana really fast.
Yeah,
if you don't have the right gear for it, or a Shadow Priest or stuff like this, right? So for single target, it says it's the worst of every caster spec in the game right now.
Yes, it was, for sure.
Singular good thing, he's going on the support part here, which not everyone does, which is cool. He says you bring Totem of Wrath, the only class who can bring this, right? Which is Side the other totems, you bring another special thing. And you want at least one shaman per group, exactly as we said before, right?
Yep.
So rank it lower than we do, but as we said, this was before the buffs. And with the buffs, as you said, Hansen, I think also they are capable of way more DPS, and combined with the support they bring, I agree on A tier with you here.
I saw Rotar yesterday, our elemental shaman in the guild, doing some pretty decent numbers, competing with Hexual, or I can't say his new name because it's really not PG.
yeah.
That guy is
so
wild.
much new names, right?
Yeah, but he was actually beating him on some fights, I'm pretty sure. So that he is not at enhancement. I would not say that he is. So the fact that he's beating him as elemental is a very good step in the right direction. He might not be A tier right now, but I would put them in A tier because of the potential that they have. They're not bad at all anymore.
The support, as we said, so
exactly.
we factored this in here, not only DPS, and because of this, A tier is absolutely fine. They bring enough to a raid that you always want an elemental shaman to have at least one shaman each group, right?
Yeah. Elemental shaman is not a detriment.
Correct.
Yeah.
Then you're done with the shaman, right?
Yep.
Okay. What do you want to do next? You have the free choice.
Hunter.
Hunter. Okay. Hunter is one class I'm absolutely clueless about, to be honest. I never played a hunter. I played a lot of classes in my long time of World of Warcraft, but never played a hunter. So do you want to start with marksmanship?
Yeah, let's start MM. Honestly,
That's all you will get.
Yeah, honestly, I'm pretty clueless about the range specs. I have a lot of knowledge about the melee specs as of now. Do you have the professional opinions?
Give me a second.
Yeah. From what I've heard, MM seems pretty weak as of now. BM is definitely outperforming it, but we'll have to see what the pros say.
For Hunter, I have the opinion of Martin's side. I asked another hunter as well. Not everyone answered me on the Discord server, but most people did. By the way, thank you all very, very much for answering me. I think you all took a time investment here, and really awesome of you guys to just answer the questions I had. Great community there in every class channel I talked with. Awesome. Really awesome. I think he hasn't wrote anything about the Marksmanship Hunter here. He talked about BM Hunter and Melee Hunter build,
that's
but not
basically
Marksmanship.
Where the juice is at right now.
So sadly, we don't have an opinion about this class here.
I would put it in D tier. Since there's no one talking about it, it has to be bad. If it was good, people would be talking about it, making builds about it. It seems like a primarily PvP spec as of now, honestly.
But Hunter is strong overall, right? I mean, Hunters do insane DPS. I'm just not sure if Marksmanship is one of the builds which does this. That's the big
just
question.
not MM.
Because of the lack of knowledge here, I would either put it in unranked because we simply can't say much about it, or I would put it in the B tier because Hunter do DPS overall. What do you think?
Unranked in that case.
Okay, so sorry for this, guys. We don't have enough knowledge about it. If you know more about the Marksmanship Hunter, let us know in the comments down below. If you're a Marksmanship Hunter main, give us your opinion about this class. Tell us where you would rank it and why you would rank it like this. And also your single target and AoE DPS, please, so everyone can compare it a bit. That would be really awesome.
Yep.
Okay, then let's talk about the BM Hunter. For this, we have an opinion from Martin's side here. So let's see what he writes. So Martin's side started playing as a hunter because of the leveling experience, played both melee and Beastmaster Hunter. He's also a rogue main, but he says both hunter and rogues, but we talk about hunter now, is really strong. He would rank it in S tier, 5k plus single target damage. I agree with this. I have seen hunters pump a lot on Ascension.
Yep.
They got a few changes recently, also with the balance change. Because I'm not a hunter main, I'm not sure if everything is a buff or a nerf, what they got with the traps and stuff.
The recent changes seem to be a melee hunter nerf.
Okay. But they still pump hard, right?
Yeah, Beastmastery was mostly unaffected, I'm pretty sure. It might have been the Master Tactician that went from 100% chance to proc the extra crit chance to 30%. It should still have extremely high uptime for a BM Hunter. So, yeah, BM seems very, very strong. They bring some extra utility with all of their pets and extra stuff that they have.
Traps. Also the haste buff, right? The 20% haste buff is also from... Is it from BM
survival.
or only Melee Hunter? That's survival only. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, they are...
5k
they seem
DPS
very, very good.
is good, right? That's really, really good. I mean, they bring support, not as much as a Shaman, for example, but they do more damage as a Shaman, even as an Enhancement Shaman, I would say.
Yeah, maybe. I haven't encountered it yet, but it probably does, if he says it does 5k ST.
So that's the big question now. How do we rank more DPS over more utility here? Because both it's between S and A tier for me. Okay, I would also put Enhancement Shaman. Gladstance? I'm asking if it's A or S basically.
Oh, okay.
Would you do it in S or A tier here? What's your opinion? I'm on a par.
Yeah, I think it does tier.
Okay. Damage is high, support is given. It's a good class, right? Overall.
Yeah. Hunters is a pure damage class, so they're not based around utility, although they have flair for certain bosses that goes stealth and stuff, but they're
on the other hand,
about the damage.
They are, exactly, yeah. On the other hand, I just thought about which classes will come, and if I think about this, lot of damage, if I think what other classes can do, I think I might even put it in A tier because it's the DPS main part of it.
Yeah, I respect that decision.
Maybe we can adjust it later on when we have done all of this. But for now, I will put them in A tier. Because it's not so much utility what other classes can do. It's just my opinion about it. And the reason Gladiator stands here is because the DPS numbers are way higher than what a Hunter can do from what we have seen.
Conventional numbers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so Survival.
Talking about the Melee Hunter, for example, I believe it's... I think it's an A tier spec. They keep getting nerf after nerf. I know there was some weird spell power build where you went Flare Strike. It was very strong. I don't know how it is currently since it just got nerfed. I would actually put Melee Hunter in B tier when I think about it. They basically... they really only have single target now, with Flare Strike being nerfed as well. The Overcharge, can't remember what it's called, the one that makes Explosive Trap go AoE, got Giga nerfed, so they don't have any Cleave anymore. They basically only have Explosive Trap and Volley, which are not exceptional for a melee class. But their single target is quite strong. It is, there's no doubt about it. But since they're lacking the cleaving capabilities that an A tier or S tier class really needs, that's why I'd put it in a B tier situation right now.
Hey, interesting. I can't agree or disagree on this. As I said, I'm really not a Hunter expert. I haven't seen much Hunter, sadly. In our guild, we have Hunter. It's just not numbers other do. I have seen Hunters who pump, but with all those changes, it's hard for me to rank. All I can say is I love the melee haste buff they bring.
Yes.
That's really, really good, supportive-wise, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah,
but if you say B tier, it's fine for me. Yeah. Let's put it like this. If you disagree in the comments or agree, let us know. We are open for every opinion. We will rank it like this for now.
Yeah. What did the pro say?
It was the Martin side here, once again. He talked about both classes here. He said do both specs, do about 5k. Also, once again, this was before changes. When I wrote to the people, we haven't the new balance changes in his opinion. I think it's fine like this for now.
Yeah.
Let's keep going on.
Yeah. Did he mention anything about ranged survival? Because that has gotten an uproar in popularity.
No, he talked more about the rogue, so we have his opinion more about the rogue then. As I said, no, I didn't get an answer for every class and build, but for most of it, basically.
Yeah.
So we have to work with the information we got here.
Right? Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and let's go on. We have a lot of stuff to do.
Could we do that?
Warlock. All right, we can do that for sure.
Yeah.
Give me a second. Where is my Warlock opinion? Here. For Warlock, I asked our Guild Warlock Squallers because he's insane. He's a big pumper. Yeah. And kindly gave me opinion about every spec, which is really cool. Let's start with Destruction.
Yep.
So we know Warlocks pump hard, right? They do insane damage, single target and AoE. They bring a lot of utility to a raid. Elfstones, curses, also summoning, which is, in my opinion, insane. You always have slackers. It's just a time save for your raid time. Warlocks, for me, S tier for sure. The question is, damage-wise, they are famous Enhancement Shaman, I would say, with pump really hard. Maybe a bit more on some encounters.
I haven't seen Destro.
Yes.
Okay, it pumps hard.
Scholars told me I respect basically except for Affliction as S tier.
Except for Affliction? Isn't he playing Affliction?
No, he said Affliction he would rank lower, but he would rank Destruction higher, especially on single target, and Demonology, especially on AoE.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what he
That
said,
was
basically.
what I was thinking. Demonology was
Demo,
completely bonkers.
yeah. Demo and Destro also have very strong AoE builds, whereas Affliction is a little lacking, but still can hold its own against other classes. Affliction has an absurd amount of self-healing, making it incredibly tanky on fights where you are taking constant AoE damage. The main weakness for Warlock is the mobility. You would have to take the artifact ME Burning Rush, but no one takes this basically.
No.
So you have Demonic Portal, but you have to prepare it really much. Overall, Warlock, you have to swap a lot between bosses, he says. But if you do this, you will always be high on DPS meta, no matter the fight. So, and I would agree with this. We can see our both Warlocks are doing really, really good damage. They bring the utility. Warlock for me is an S class. I would put it on lower S tier because I just think Enhancement brings more utility to the raid than a Warlock. Damage-wise, they're about the same, and our cheese Gladiator stance is just insane numbers, so I will put this above it as well. But for me, this class S tier.
Yeah, for sure. I would put Demonology and Affliction in S tier, as they are, or A tier, as they are not as good as Destruction. Demonology lacks some single target damage compared to Destruction. We could put them all in S tier.
One thing about Demonology, they bring the spell power buff, right? Which Destruction is not bringing.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, Demonology definitely S tier then. They're all S tier. It's a god class. I
mean, if you have the choice, I think in this case we have to look what the other two builds can do compared to this one. I mean, as you said, this is more self-feeding, but to be honest, self-feeding is not important in a raid, right?
No.
So I would simply rank it A tier now because of also on dungeons, we should maybe also think about this, not only raids. I think Affliction is not capable to do that much damage as they do in a raid, right? Because they don't have that ramp-up time, while the other two classes can just simply pump, right? If I see what Squallows is doing in his Demonology build when we run Lithic dungeons, he's doing insane AoE damage. It's so crazy.
Yeah. Demonology probably has the best AoE in the game.
So because of this, I mean, you can do it like this. It's just which situation, I think, doesn't
Demonology
matter,
is
to be
cooler
honest.
For sure. You turn into a demon. No competing with that.
Okay, so we put it like this. But they are about the same because they bring just so much strength in different situations, right? And Affliction for me is A tier because the other builds here bring just more to the table. That's just how I would rank it. If that's okay for you.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, perfect. So we got the Warlock. Let's talk about Priest.
Yes, let's do it.
Shadow Priest. So I'm a big fan of Shadow Priest. I played one myself in Season of Discovery as an alt. I have a Shadow Priest alt at the moment, but I don't have the time to get him to level 60 sadly. But I love the class. I think the design is really cool. Main problem they have on Ascension is they don't do that much damage sadly. I mean,
the
usual problem, exactly. The great thing they bring is mana regeneration for the whole raid, right? That's really, really cool.
And
I mean, Paladins bring this as well, but they do it better. They are a mana battery, that's the main job basically. Sadly, the damage part is really holding them back. And that's also the opinion of the Shadow Priest I asked. His name is Clown. He plays a Shadow Priest. He would rank it C+ or maybe minus. Reason for this is, as we already said, the DPS is too low of this class basically. Even with the support they bring, it's just not that good. He does about 4k, he says. Other classes just do more. AoE 4.6k, he says, with Mind Seers, but also other classes do more here, right? Clear 10 of 10 Ascended, so I would absolutely agree with this. I would put them in the B tier simply because of IBR even, simply because of the mana regeneration. Exactly. They bring a stamina buff if you don't have a heal priest or disc priest. Yeah.
Also a lot of healing through Vampiric Touch.
True. Also a lot of off healing. Great utility, sadly low damage. They got buffed with the recent balance change.
Yeah.
Once more. They got the second or third round of buffs now in a row. Not sure how much this affects them if they increase the damage that much. But for now, it's IB tier for me.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe A tier in some senses. Talking utility, they're probably one of the best. But considering the damage, I would put it in B tier as well.
Yep. Okay, perfect. I kept the symbol here because there is a special build for priests. It's Atonement, I think. Yeah, the Smite Priest, exactly. I mean, you can cheese this a bit. I have to read it. I haven't found anyone in the Discord server about it. There is a special build which was on Area 52 already. I think it's Atonement, not quite sure. Which can pump insane numbers of DPS, but it's completely RNG, as I heard. So it's possible to do about 8k single target, but on other fights you just suck. So it's a bit of a wild card, to be honest. I would put this on unranked because I also haven't found enough information about it for now. Once more, if you play this special build Atonement, let us know in the comments down below what you think about it, where you would rank it. For now, it's unranked for me. Yeah, but I think it's fun. If I one day get the time to play my Priest to 60, I want to try it for sure.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun build.
Okay, let's go to the Rogue.
Yep.
Do you have knowledge about Rogues?
I know combat is the coolest spec, not much more than that.
Okay, sad. I'm
but
also
they bring,
not the biggest Rogue expert.
Yeah, they bring a lot of utility to the raid through the poisons. They can act as anti-heal. They can also be exposed armor bot with improved exposed armor. If you decide to have a rogue that does that, damage seems decent on most specs. But I should really let the pros talk about this one.
Okay, yeah. So we start with combat, I would say here. We also have a rogue in our guild, right, in our raid, who plays combat. Who isn't pumping that hard. Yeah, the main problem is I heard combat scales really good with gear, right? So the better the gear of a combat rogue gets, the higher DPS they do. So with the next raid tier levels, he probably could pump a lot. And also rogues got buffed a lot, right?
Yeah.
So I have the opinion of Jules Peace here, rogue main. He plays combat and poison assassin. He says single target combat is A tier. Leave, it's S tier, AoE A+. He also ranks the other two specs here. We can do this by now. I think we can do all here. Assassin, single target S tier, cleave D tier, and sub, single target B tier, cleave D tier. The reason for this is combat cleave is amazing. He says you have uptimes on your stuff, late vortex and other MEs, and the armor penetration rework helps rogues a lot.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Assassin, single target really hard. I can absolutely confirm this. I think rogues are sleeper OP even before the buffs. I have seen also in pucks some rogues who did insane amount of single target damage even before they got the armor penetration buff, the new builds and stuff like this. If a rogue knows what he does, rogues can pump insane damage.
Yeah, rogue is one of those classes, they're bound to pump at some point. But as the pro said, assassination and sub seem to be lacking. AoE especially, that's what I've heard from other rogues as well. Combat seems like the clear winner right now, but continue on to what you were saying.
Martin's side, the Hunter player, also plays a rogue. I just want to bring his opinion here as well. He also says single target a rogue does insane damage. Also, he says lead rogue AoE is also really strong. I mean, with the recent changes, it is. They bring good utility to the raid, all specs, I would say. I just put them here, that's not my final ranking. You have to think about the poisons they bring to the raid. You have to think about the kick they always bring to the raid, which is important in so many encounters. They bring tricks of the raid. You get the aggro really quick with rogues, and they do really, really high damage. I think single target 5k is a good stable they bring normally. At least Assassin with its poison and bleed. Sub maybe a bit less. For me, I probably would rank it like this right now. Maybe let's do it like this. maybe I would rank it probably like this. The reason for this is, as I said, the utility and the damage Bleed and Poison Rogue and Assassin brings is like this, right?
Yep.
This is Assassin, this is Combat, sorry. The Assassin, the Bleed and Poison they bring, single target is insane, the damage. The utility is great of a Rogue, and I think they will scale up even higher in the future. So a bit less than Warlocks, but great class. Combat.
My only thought about this is a class without Cleave, the servant of an S tier spot.
I mean, Bleed Rogue has good AoE, right? They
okay,
do a
I
lot
thought it
of
was
AoE.
Combat who had good AoE.
Yeah, Combat has its cooldowns, right? But they have to press a lot of buttons to do this, basically. Assassin has all this built in with the adjustments they had. As far as I know. As I said, I'm not a rogue expert, only the opinions of our pros here, as well as what we have seen a little bit, right? So for me, I would say Assassin is the best rogue build at the moment, followed by Combat, because they have the scaling in them with better weapons now, which comes with MC. They probably pump even higher. For now, maybe they will go here then as well. But for now, as we can see in the current content, A tier is okay for me, I think. And Sub-Rogue is just great single target, but they lack on AoE. I would put them here, but also good utility.
For sure.
Okay, that's good for you as well.
Yeah.
We continue. Let's go to... I recently set up a Ko-fi page here, so if you want to support me, feel free to tip here. Creating guides for World of Warcraft takes up a lot of time, and I would appreciate some support for it. So if you want to support me, you can do this here. Please only tip if you can truly afford it. It's not necessary at all, but it will help to improve the quality of my videos in the future.
Ret Paladin, take it over, boy.
The Ret Paladin. So my main class, I love playing Paladins. For sure. I think Paladin is in a really, really good state at the moment. I think they have great AoE, maybe one of the best AoEs in some situations.
Yeah.
They bring good single target damage. Other classes do more single target, for sure. But they bring great utility. I mean, as a Paladin, you bring auras with your talents. Your auras also bring 3% more haste to the complete rate, 3% more damage to the complete rate. You bring 3% more crit for the complete rate. You bring blessings, like Blessing of King. You bring Judgment of Wisdom or Light, which passively heals your mana and health. And you bring the Judgment buff, which is like a Shadow Priest, just mana regeneration going on for about 10 raid members. So utility of Paladin is on the same level as Shaman. AoE damage is great. Single target is okay. With all of this, I would either say Ret Paladin is high A tier or low S tier. One of these two things.
Yeah, I would put them in low A tier. They seem to have some of the best AoE in the game. Like when there's a uncapped target fight, you always beat me in AoE. But in single target, enhancement is the clear winner if we compare those two classes. You do beat a lot of people as Ret Paladin. I know there's tons of builds that you can run as Ret Paladin.
Yeah, true. You can learn all about all builds if you want to play Shockadin, if you want to play Execution Sentence, if you want to play the best build, One with the Light. You can learn all of this on my channel. I have made videos for every build.
Yes.
Sorry.
Perfect. No, of course. Yeah, Ret Paladins, absolutely love them in the raid. They deal good damage, insane AoE. Definitely high A tier. Definitely.
Because I just don't want to talk alone about it, I also went into the Paladin channel and I asked Yatsu here. You have some Ret Paladins who do really great work in the channel, and he's one of them. He's really well connected them, and he says about the same what I said right now. He would also rank it in A tier, single target. He says 3k. I mean, I do a bit more, but I also invest a lot of time in it, so that's fine. And basically, he agrees with me here. And I think then we have two good Paladin players who would rank it here. You say it as well. I think A tier is fine.
Yeah. I think so too.
Perfect. I have this here. This is meant as Shockadin. I really tried hard to make the Shockadin build work. Sadly, right now, it's not possible to play as a Shockadin DPS. The reason for this is we would need an Art of 4 Mystic Enchant, Rare Mystic Enchant or something like this to make this work. If we would have this could be a really interesting spec, to be honest.
Yeah, Shockadin is fun.
Sadly, right now, it's not viable. I just put this here to maybe someone of Ascension sees this, and I would love a Mystic Enchant for Shockadin support, Art of War or something like this to make this build viable. I will put it in unranked now because it's not possible at the moment, but I would love to see it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's the Paladin. 2 more classes to go, and we are done for today. Let's go into the Druid.
Yep, sure. Which spec do we want to start with? The broken one?
I would go with the Moonkin.
Yes.
For Moonkin, I asked our guild leader, who also is named Moonkin. You can guess what he plays.
Try hard.
And we have to say he also does insane damage, especially on AoE. He jumps really, really hard. And his opinion about the Moonkin class, also before buffs, by the way, was to put them in A tier. He says Moonkin brings a lot of AoE, solid AoE and single target. They bring combat rest, they bring inner weight. They lack a bit in single target options compared to other classes, which he would consider S tier, and that's why he would put it in A tier.
Yeah,
I
feel like they're very similar to the Ret Paladin, excelling in AoE fights and lacking a bit in single target. I know Moonkin is a bit of a slacker as well, so his result can't be counted in. But
but he still pumps hard, right?
Yeah. I'm making a joke about the guy. But,
don't insult our raid leader. Our guild leader.
I'm gonna get demoted. But yeah, Moonkin Balance Druid seems very strong. Not S tier. They bring crit buff to the raid, right? 3% with their Moonkin form. They for sure excel in AoE. A tier, right below Ret Paladin, I think.
Yeah, they bring Mark of the Wild as well, one of the best buffs, right? Innovate, as we said before, great AoE. I mean, with the recent buffs, they might do even more single target damage. I haven't seen it yet, but I agree. I would also put them on high A tier, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
Perfect. We go to Feral. For Feral, I also found one. Just 1 second.
Yeah, we need a pro for this one. I heard they got buffed recently, but no clue where they're at.
The thing with Feral is a special class in my opinion, because Ferals can be insanely OP. They can dish out insane amount of damage and they bring good utility. But it's also really depends on the version of WoW you're playing, right? Yep. So I have YHWH here. That I can say his name if I can name it correctly, so I try it like this. He runs 2 builds, he says. He plays Feral Frenzy for single target and Fury Unleashed for cleave. He says the Feral Frenzy build is slightly better in single target. If you want further details out there, you can probably ask him. He would say Feral's definitely S tier compared to other classes, probably A or B. The thing with Feral is, as he also says, he brings a % damage increase per stack of Savage Frenzy. So you have good damage buff with this class. You also bring the Leader of the Pack as utility, more crit for everyone, right? You get 15% more crit on Mangle for bleeds and stuff, which also helps rogues. They can also dish out really high number single target, and I think they are not capped in swipe AoE wise, so they can also do great AoE damage. Yeah, that's what you write here. Swipe being uncapped is a major factor here. Ferals scale really, really high with energy. If you have a lot of energy and uncapped AoE, you do insane amount of damage as a cat. That's what I know. Depends on set bonuses in the future and stuff like this. If you get more support for this, they probably skyrocket in damage, to be honest. This could really happen. Yeah, they bring great utility to the raid. Same as Moonkin, for example, but also the Lead of the Pack and the bleed increase and stuff like this, right? So you boost rogues and warriors and stuff like this, and cats are really, really good.
Yeah.
We sadly don't have one, but I would also put them, because of this, the potential they have right now and the potential in the future, maybe here. Yeah. A little bit under Ret Paladin, because Ret Paladin brings a little bit more utility, but damage-wise, they are really good and really interesting in my opinion.
Yeah. I thought it would end up in C tier.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't seen them, and from what I've heard, it's been all complaints. So, good surprise.
Cap DPS is also, it really depends on the player. You can have people who just play it casually and then it sucks hard. You have people who sweat about it and get out everything of the class, and the class has a lot of potential to get a lot out of it. So in the hands of a good player, a cat can really, really do much.
Yeah, Cat
That's
has
my
always
opinion
been
about
that.
it. Yeah.
Cat has always been that spec that really thrives with skilled players.
True.
All right, that looks
Okay.
very good.
Last class, Mage. Mage is also a class I'm not the biggest pro into it. Same as Hunter, I never played this class compared to other classes. But I have an opinion of a really high-skilled Mage player here. I don't know, do you know about the Mage? What can you bring in for the class?
I mean, they bring in very good utility through their intellect buff. They also have loads of slows. I believe Arcane has spell steal. I'm not entirely sure about that, which is very good utility. Arcane has insane single target damage. Lacks a bit in AoE, but if they man up and stand an Arcane Explosion, they probably have very good AoE as well.
They have the curses?
Yes, the curses. True.
Yeah.
Mages is always a very rounded class with loads of useful scenarios, so they're never bad. But let's dive into what the pros are thinking if you don't have any thoughts.
Yep. I can't say much about the Mage, as I said, because I never played one. I asked Storm here. I talked with Storm a bit. He also has a small YouTube channel. And if you remember, Hansen, the first guild we played with, where we did the run first things, he also was in the raid with us there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's a really skilled player for sure. He plays Ascension for a long time now. And he ranks the Mage as follows. He says, in this order, Arcane, Frost, Fire. He would rank the Mage as an overall B, he says. So Arcane B+, Frost C, Fire A. The reason for this is, in his opinion, the class brings not so much utility for the raid. I would disagree here. I mean, the int buff, the Mage table, the decurves, I think a Mage is really, really valuable for a raid, in my opinion. You want at least one every time. And damage-wise, the thing is, he says he will target about 4.8k in Arcane and Fire, and Frost 4.3k. Frost got buffed with the recent balance patch. I'm not sure how much this will affect them. This is, once again, before the balance updates.
Yep.
And AoE, he's not going into it here, but for sure, he can do high AoE damage. We have seen that. So for me, the Mage is at least A tier, in my opinion. I would probably put like this, if we just believe Storm here. We'll put Fire over Arcane, and maybe Frost because of the damage problem they have behind Shadow Priest because of the utility. B tier.
Yeah, or the lowest one in B tier. I don't think they beat every warrior.
I don't know with the recent updates, right?
Yeah,
maybe they put out more now. I mean, okay, if you want to do it like this, we can do it like this. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, I don't want to discourage the warriors.
Fine.
We need them.
Okay. And yeah, that's the final ranking here. As you can see, overall, we have a really good balanced out game, in my opinion, because nothing went into D and C tier on our tier list here. There is no reason for this. Every class and build brings something interesting to a raid or group.
Yeah.
So we have, as it always is, some classes who are better than others.
Some
but all of this is
scale harder. But Fury Warrior will probably end up at S tier at some point. Almost for sure.
Yeah, true. This is all the state right now. We will update this in the future. For now, this is a solid tier list, in my opinion. As I said, I think Ascension does a great job with balancing the classes. Of course, some classes need a bit more love, but overall, it's fun to play. You can play every build you want. You will bring something to the raid and group.
Bronzebeard just has so many unique builds and ways to play. And the devs have done a really good job not letting anything fall too far behind. Although there are some clear rifts in how strong certain classes and specs are. Yeah, they've done a great job. Really enjoying the server, and I think everyone who watches this should try it out.
Cool, perfect. Hansen, thank you very much for doing this tier list with me. Everyone go to Hansen's channel, leave him a like, leave his videos, give him a subscription. If you want to learn about Enhancement Shaman, he has a lot of builds there, and you can trust me, he pumps hard, so you can learn something there.
Hell yeah. Thank you for the shout out, and thank you for having me. It's been a blast doing this tier list, and I can't wait for a raid on Tuesday so I can pump you again.
By the way, Hansen, do you remember how I once gifted you Sulphurous on Duskhaven?
No, I blocked that memory. Blocked.
Is it time to return that favor now?
Yeah, I'll give you the heroic one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then Thank you very much for watching, everyone. If you found this useful, consider to like and subscribe to Hansen and me. And special thanks goes out to my channel members who support me with their hard-earned real-life money, especially Nerdman, Aussie, Soul3, and Jake Collis. See you on the next tier list.
See you on the next tier list.